Hey everyone, it's Bruce Lee, John Fan 13, back with another video, and I just thought I'd do like my top 10 comedies today, just for something a little bit of a change. So I'll go from like 10 to 1, and I'd just start off with like number 10 as the Ringer, Johnny Knoxville film. I don't think it's as like well known as some of his other ones, you know, Dukes of Hazzard and stuff like that, but it is a really good one. He has to. Something happens and his gardener chopped his fingers off in a lawnmower, so he has to raise some funds, and his uncle suggests that he goes into the Special Olympics to win and get the money and pay for his gardener's operation to sew his fingers back on. It's a stupid story, but the actors are all very good. There has been one or two in some other films as well. It's a pretty good one, and you know, I quite enjoy it. So that's that one. Dodgeball. I wouldn't say this is one of well, it's not nowhere near as good as some of the other Ben Stiller ones, you know, but he plays a really good part. You know, the sort of like enemies with Vince Vaughn of dodgeball teams, and Vince Vaughn's like the captain of an underdog team, and he's facing obviously Ben Stiller's like the champions. So, and sort of like after the same woman as well, and you know, it's a pretty good one. You know, it's worth a watch. Okay, 7. Evan Almighty. I'd say it's a really good like follow up to Bruce Almighty. I know a lot of people do prefer that one, but I think, you know, Steve Carell's one of my favourite actors, as well as Jim Carrey. But you know, Morgan Freeman's in it again as God, and Steve Carell's like a businessman who sort of like wants to change the world. He sort of like gets his wish, but he ends up having to sort of, it's like a Noah's Ark, he has to build an ark and stuff. Some very, very funny parts in there. So 6 now. Blades of Glory. I'd say one of the best Will Ferrell ones. I do like his films, and like John Hedder, I think he's in like Napoleon Dynamite. These are like sort of like enemies as well. Will Ferrell's like a really cocky, confident like ice skater, like winner of loads of competitions, and John Hedder, he's sort of takes a more of a lighter approach, more sort of like humble, but they end up both getting disqualified from competition, and then they have to sort of like work together a routine, which is quite funny to watch, so they can actually like go into skating again. So 5, Dumb and Dumber. Like I say, I like Jim Carrey. I think him and Jeff Daniels work very well together in this one. You know, everybody's seen it. I think it's one of the best films of, I think it come out about 94. But there is some very, very good parts in this. I never get sick of watching it. Meet the Fockers. I do like Meet the Parents, but I think out of the 3, Little Fockers, I think Ben Stiller loses that, you know, because what I like about the first 2 is his edginess around Robert De Niro and the awkwardness about it all, and he's trying to do everything right and gets everything wrong, you know. But this is my favourite out of the 3. It's got a lot of funny things in there. It's one of them, you know, it's a re-watcher. I can sort of like watch it any time. 40-Year-Old Virgin. I might see a sort of a pattern here about my favourite sort of comedy actors. This is one I really do enjoy. Watched it a fair few times. You know, I know it's been on TV loads of times as well, but then again, I like the sort of ones where there's awkwardness about and naivety and things like that. But especially, you know, I've read that the back waxing part he actually did for real, and you know, that's why I was in so much pain and why it looks so realistic. So that's a good one. So 3, Shaun of the Dead. As you might tell from like my other videos, I do like British-made, you know, stupid, goofy like movies, and plus you've got the added extra of all the zombie action, the gore. You know, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost work very well together in this. Also in Hot Fuzz, which is another good one, but obviously with me being more into horror and stuff, this is one of my favourites. It's very, very good. One of my all-time favourites as well, Tenacious D and A Pick of Destiny. Again, because I like, you know, me heavy metal and stuff like that, I really enjoy this one. Some really good songs and cameos. So you can see Meatloaf there. You've got Tim Robbins makes an appearance as well as like one or two others. You know, it is very enjoyable. You've got from the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl as the devil in the end scene. You know, and it is one that I do rewatch. Not so much lately because I think I overwatched it, but it's very, very, very good. And number one, I know this is like a 3-pack, but I do like those two, you know, pretty good, but that's the one that I do class as my number one, Kung Pao, because I do like my martial arts, as you know, and this one, what's his name, I think Steve Odekirk or something like that. It's just basically playing sort of like homage to old 70s, badly dubbed, you know, like all the sound effects and the silliness, poor acting and things. You know, it's very, very, it's awesome, basically. At one point he makes some nunchucks out of 2 gophers. And, you know, the enemies in it are quite good. There's proper over-the-top sort of like martial arts, very, very funny, you know, and I'd say it's one of the best and quite underrated. I think there is a Kung Pao 2 out there, but I haven't entered the Fist or something like that, you know, but it's one of the best ones, I'd say. If you're into like your Kung Pao, even if you're not into martial arts particularly, it's a very funny watch, but I think it helps if you do know a little bit, so you can sort of relate it back to the 70s, you know, cheesy, like, kung fu movies. But that's definitely recommended a watch if you've never seen it. So I mean, that's my top 10 of my favourites. I know there's loads and loads more, but like I say, I mostly sort of collect horror and some action, but these are just my comedies. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks everyone for the shout outs as well. I do enjoy all your videos, as you know. But and I will see you next time.